thank you very much for having me back at the Ottawa Folk Festival. The last time I was here, I was pregnant, and I knew, and I didn't tell any, I only told one person here. Carolyn, is that the announcer?
Karen,
thank you. All right, I blew it. Anyway, she's a love. I certainly didn't tell Chopper. You're all over the place. But I did confide. I said, before I drink this glass of wine, I think I should tell you that I'm pregnant. But it's not like Catholicism. It's not like that reverses the effect of the wine itself. And actually, I had a very exciting experience. I drove down to Toronto after the show because I had a sort of early set, so I drove down after, and I had my first morning sickness. I had to stop and get some corn nuts, I think. So isn't that great? That's another thing that I remember about Ottawa. It's a nice truck stop. All right, I'm going to finish with this song. This is a song I wrote for all of these kindred spirits in my life. You know, there's a lot of sanctimonious, very manipulative sanctimoniousness going on right now, and it's just so sad to watch people sort of herding up to judge each other. And luckily, I have just cleaved to this community called the Rock and Rollers. And there is a disproportionate number of them who are vegans. But if you stay away from that topic, they're really very broad-minded. And they've been through so much. And my friend Andy Keating's here. He's from England, and he drove us around England on a tour. And he too, you know, you gather these stories that are just wonderful, and just, you know, every walk of life, you know, gathers there, and at the end of the day, it's the story. It's not the moral of the story. It's the story. You live your story, and I'm so grateful for that world. And I often find that kind of thing when I'm up here in Canada. I was at the Calgary Folk Festival a few weeks ago, and gosh, you know, the things that came out of people's mouths. There's the curses and the cusses and the naughtiness. And there are women bouncing babies on their knees, laughing along, you know. And, it just, the heart is in the right place in various pockets of the world, and you know when you're there. So I feel like I'm here, so I'm going to finish with this song. This is called The Mercy of the Fallen. And thank you again. Here we go. It's just beautiful here. Oh, my fair North Star, I have held to you dearly. I had asked you to steer me to one cloud, scattered night. I got lost, and in my travels, I met Leo the lion, met a king and met a giant with their red light. There's the wind and the rain and the mercy of the fallen who say they have no claim to know what's right. There's the weak and the strong and the best that have no answer, and that's where I may rest my head tonight. I saw the bright people in imposing flocks. They landed, and they got what they demanded, and they scratched at the ground, and they flew, and the field grew as sweet before the flightless who had longing, yet despite this they could hear every sound. There's the wind and the rain and the mercy of the fallen who say they have no claim to know what's right. that the best of false steps planners give me 7 half-built manners where half dreams may dream without end. Just the wind and the